Hey, everybody. This is Alan coming to you live. And today I'm going to share with you 10 what's considered healthy foods that you should never eat. You know, companies in the food industry are experts at deception. They slap clever wording on their labels like low fat, natural, heart healthy, less sugar. You know, I tell people all the time their intention is to make you believe that their product is healthy, a healthy choice. But the sad truth is, many of the foods you find in your grocery store that are advertised for healthy are anything but healthy. Now, it makes it exceptionally confusing and difficult for the average person to determine the difference between, true healthy food and what's a marketing gimmick. And to sort this out from Fact Vision, here's 10 popular health foods that are actually horrible for your health. The first one is diet or zero calorie soda. You know, sodas are popular among people who want a soda that they think, well, I won't gain weight. I won't get the normal sugar that it contains. And unfortunately, zero calorie sodas or sugar-free sodas or diet sodas are just a marketing trick. There's nothing diet about them. As a matter of fact, they're more addictive than regular, and they can actually cause you to gain weight. They contain certain artificial sweeteners to lower the sugar content, and they have diet in their name, but they're addictive, and they can make you gain weight. This could be due to the fact that the artificial sweeteners encourage your sugar cravings. Have you ever noticed people that drink diet sodas, how they talk about, I can't do without my diet soda. I get up first thing in the morning and I have my diet soda. And I got to have that. They get addicted to the craving of the flavor of that. And they trick the brain into expecting something sweet, causing a spike in your insulin. And then you drink that and you're like, I need something sweet. Animal studies suggest that artificial sweeteners change the gut microbe in a way that promotes obesity. These three effects create the perfect recipe for weight gain. Refined vegetable oils. Number one, like canola oil, soy, corn oil, they're not healthy. Despite what the big food companies tell you, many have GMOs or genetically modified to withstand multiple applications of toxic weed killers and glyphosates. And these chemicals leave residues that are carried into countless foods. The vegetable oils also, they through a caustic refining process, use toxic hexane and other chemical additives. These products they'll oxidize and grow rancid in your body. They're high in omega-6 fats, which can trigger inflammation in the body. When you get your omega-3s and omega-6s out of balance, it causes inflammation in the body and can cause you to gain weight and be fat. Fat-free or low-fat foods. Unlike fruits and vegetables, which are naturally fat-free, processed foods that claim to be low-fat or fat-free are typically modified to remove the fat. But when you take the fat out of the food, it loses a significant amount of flavor. So they got to figure out a way to make up for the flavor. So they add massive amounts of sugar and salt. This results in products that are sustainably worse for you than the original full-fat foods. According to Dr. Mark Hyman from the Cleveland Clinic, sugar is what makes you fat, not the fat itself. You'd be better off opting for something with natural fat content as long as it's not refined vegetable oil. The next one, number 4 on the list, is processed fruit juices. Food companies want you to think that fruit juices are a healthy option. In reality, processed fruit juices are just as bad as soda. When fruit is stripped of its skin and its pulp and the flesh, you're essentially left with flavored sugar water. Fruit juices like orange juice contain almost as much sugar as a soda, around 5 to 8 teaspoons of sugar per cup. Research shows that fructose, which is fruit sugar, the most problematic part of the fruit with high doses, raises triglycerides and increases the risk for heart disease and diabetes. A much healthier option is to juice whole fruits and vegetables yourself. Put them in a juicer. Mostly nutritious green veggies. If you don't have time or don't want to clean up, you can pick up a tasty organic green juice. Look for an organic super green juice that you can buy, and it's quick and easy. You put a scoop in, you can mix it with water, you can mix it with, a sugar-free, not a sugar-free, but pure apple juice, organic products like that. And number 5 is non-organic strawberries. Kids love strawberries. My son loves strawberries. You can get a pack of them. You can get 3 packs of them, and he'll eat them till they're gone. In 1 day, 2 days. Strawberries are an excellent, healthy snack, and research shows their intake is especially beneficial for the heart. Now, here's the catch, though. They've got to be organic to be truly healthy. They have to be organic. Why is that? Well, like other non-organic fruits and conventional strawberries are riddled with toxic pesticides. According to a research from an environmental group, even after washing the fruit, strawberries have topped the list for the highest amount of toxic pesticides. So think about that when you're buying strawberries for your kids, because they love them, but make sure they're organic. Number 6, most protein bars. Oh my gosh. Look at these things and look at the amount of carbs that come into them. They're loaded to the brim with questionable additives. They contain ingredients like corn syrup and brown rice syrup and processed vegetable oils, artificial sweeteners, and unknown natural flavors, and synthetic vitamins in there. The good news is not all protein bars are unhealthy. When in doubt, pick the protein bar that has a recognizable food source. When you're reading the label, if you don't know what the words mean, chances are not good for you. Not good for you. There's some people that believe that if man made it, don't eat it. So when you start reading all these crazy words, you got to realize that. Processed, you want to look for the lowest sugar content, or you can skip the processed bars altogether and opt for delicious protein shakes. You want to get an organic superfood protein shake. Number 7 are gluten-free snacks. Everybody's all about, gluten intolerant and gluten this. And the reality of it is only about 4% of the population have a true, real gluten intolerance. But it's one of those buzzwords, one of those marketing words that people love to look at and love to see. And they go in the store and they think that gluten-free means healthy. Gluten-free, well, it's gluten-free. But gluten-free snacks, avoiding gluten is a full-fledged health craze right now. But food companies are taking advantage of that and adding that to the label. But taking gluten out of wheat doesn't change the fact that non-organic wheat is usually contaminated with toxic pesticides, which is linked to cancer. They say that the number 1 cause of cancer are pesticides, herbicides, pesticides, and genetically modified crops. The reason they genetically modify the crops is so that the crops will survive with all the herbicides and pesticides they're spraying on them. People say, well, I wash them. Well, you can't wash it all because it's inside the fruit. It's grown up inside the vegetable. When it's in the dirt, they're spraying. The seed itself is genetically modified. They start spraying the herbicides and pesticides on there from day one. And many gluten-free foods replace wheat with rice, which can have a higher level of toxic heavy metals. Rice, heavy metals such as arsenic. So you want to look and make sure, a lot of them are processed and high in sugar and salt and toxic additives. So you want to buyer beware when you're looking at gluten-free on the label. Number 8, farm-raised fish. Oh my gosh. All you got to do is Google how farm-raised fish are raised, and you'll be shocked. You won't ever want to eat farm-raised fish again. And sadly, in the United States, if it doesn't say wild caught, then chances are 99% that it's farm raised. And an oily fish can be an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. The important thing to realize is, however, that only wild-caught fish are healthy. Farm-raised fish contain pesticides, parasites. They're treated with antibiotics. Farm-raised salmon have been found to significantly have more environmental pollutants than wild salmon. They raise them in a big pool, like an above-ground pool. You've seen those before? And they got thousands of them in there. If you've ever been somewhere to the beach or somewhere where they have these little things out where you feed fish and you can get the little pellets and you throw it in the water and there's thousands of little mouths down there grabbing at the food. You've seen that? They're just grabbing. That's what these fish are doing. And they have thousands of them in this pool. And here's the deal. They get sick and a lot of them die. And they just leave the dead ones in there because it's too much trouble to try to get them out. Now, if they float to the top, it's okay. So you got dead fish in there. And so to keep the other fish from getting sick and die, they pump them full of antibiotics. So you want to make sure if you want to get your, essential fatty acids, you can use plant sources to do that. But if you're going to eat fish, make sure it's wild caught. Number 9 is margarine. If you've used that, it's used to be butter was demonized by doctors. Doctors said, butter's terrible for you. You can't eat butter. Butter's not good. Here, do margarine. And put a butter your bread and put your mashed potatoes. And only years later did the research show that those who did switch from butter to margarine were much more likely to die from heart disease, despite the fact that food companies still promote margarine as a healthy alternative. If you like butter, eat butter, real butter. Margarine is a highly processed food, typically made with the same refined GMO, genetically modified vegetable oils that trigger harmful inflammation. It's much better to eat real grass-fed butter in moderation. When my dad was growing up, big pads of butter and then mix it with who knows what. Number 10, here's one that'll get you. This is one that I loved and I ate a lot. Or non-organic yogurt. Non-organic yogurt. If you eat yogurt a lot, you want to double check, make sure, look at how much sugar's in there in your favorite brand. Most reduced fat or flavored yogurts are full of various forms of sugar and artificial sweeteners. Some of these brands contain up to half, in one little thing of yogurt, half of your daily recommended sugar intake. And I can sit and eat 2 or 3 of those things in one serving. But you have to pay attention. You want to get organic yogurt. Sugar isn't the only issue either. Many of these yogurts have syrups derived from GMO corn, artificial colors in there, and artificial flavors. It'll say strawberry, but when you go through there, you don't see any strawberry. It's just red dye and some artificial flavoring. So picking organic may be the very best option on that. So let's recap. Number 1 is diet sodas. Horrible for you. Number 2, refined vegetable oils. Number 3, fat-free or low-fat foods. Number 4, processed fruit juices. Number 5, non-organic strawberries. Number 6, most protein bars on the marketplace. Not all, but most. Number 7, gluten-free snacks. Number 8, farm-raised fish. Number 9 is margarine. Number 10 is non-organic yogurt. Now, I studied 6 different articles, and I've got some list of some quality, healthy foods and drinks and juices that you can, a list of 100 different quality ones, and some additional articles about artificial sweeteners and how food labels trick you into buying unhealthy stuff and how to control blood sugar. I really did a lot of research on this. So I've got a lot of information, and I'm not going to share, brand names here because I don't want to get in trouble, and that's all the time I got for tonight. But listen, if you want to hit me up on personal message in Messenger, just go to Messenger and message on Facebook and send me a message. I'll be glad to get you a list of healthy alternatives that are true healthy foods, organic substitutes that you can eat and drink that'll make a huge, huge difference in how you feel. So I appreciate you joining in tonight. I hope you're having a great night. Talk to you soon.